Okay, kids. Today is today is May 4th. So this is the I think this is day 9. All right. I think this is the ninth day. Yeah, this is the ninth day. So as you can see, we got a trade today. We got a positive outcome on the trade today, 1 to 2. All right. You can see how aggressive the market was to the upside. All right. You can see how price ran all the way up. But we stuck to, we always stick to our rules. And this is something this is something I think this is a good example to talk on the fact of, let's say, okay, we're in drawdown, right? We're in drawdown, and then we take this trade, and then let's say we want to pass the challenge, right? Let's say we're taking a funded challenge, for example, and I want to pass the challenge, right? And then I see this, right? And then I say, okay, let's try to get a 1 to 6, right? So that we can go into profit, and then I end up holding my trade, right? So it could work out here, right? We can take that chance, and it could work out here, right? And we could end up banking or making more money. But then at the same time, when you do get funded, right, and then you try to do the same again, right, you could end up losing some money. So like I'm just trying to say is like changing things up just to kind of change the outcome, right? Just to kind of skew the outcome in your favor. You could get lucky, don't get me wrong, right? You could get lucky. You could think it's skill. Right? You get lucky, you think, oh wow, I knew it was going to pull I knew I you tell yourself I knew it was going to go there, because you won that trade and you're puffing yourself up and you're like, I knew it was going to be I'm a bad guy, like I know what's happening. I know what's going to happen. But a huge part of it could be just like you got lucky because most times, like when you haven't spent a decade trading, like I can guarantee you a lot of things are not even you're not even as skillful as you think, right? Because there are people who have been trading these markets for more than 10 years and they still just stick to simple rules and all of that. So yeah, today was a win. Let's take a look at the account metrics. So as again, you can see, right, we started from here. You can see how the equity curve was sloping down, and now it's sloping up slowly, right, progressing slowly, right. And we can see our current equity. Where's our current account equity? I'm trying to look for that. Okay, so this is meant to actually be like $9,900, but we are $20 shy, or like $19 shy of that. So you can see we're actually down just 1% at this point, or yeah, we're down 1%, or we're actually down 2R, but because we are risking 0.5% on this, then we are down 1%, right? So you can see all of these losses, and then just with 2 wins, right, we've come back. Like you can see how 2 wins just eliminated like 4 losses, right? Just this win, just these 2 wins eliminated one, two, three, four. 4 losses have been eliminated by just these 2 wins, right? And you can see here what is showing is showing that we have a 33% win rate. But like the sample size is so small. This sample size is so small. This is only 8 trades, right? I've placed only 8 trades so far. So like we haven't even gotten up to 20 trades. And unfortunately, we're not even going to be able to take up to 20 trades on this challenge because like tomorrow is going to be the last day, right? Friday, that's going to be the last day of this challenge. So it's either we end up with a -3 or we end up at break even. And I have a feeling like we're going to end up break even. I'm just very positive about it because I feel like we're going to end up at break even. That doesn't mean I'm going to try to trade differently just to end up at break even, or it's not, that doesn't mean that my target is to end up at break even. I just have a good feeling that, just for the sake of it, I just feel like we're going to end up at break even. But what I'm actually trying to show you guys, like, I believe, like, I've passed across my message at this point. Like, I believe I've passed across my message because taking 9 trades and being down, let's say, taking 9 trades and being at break even, or taking 9 trades, or even like crawling out of a losing streak, like, this is actually a losing streak, right? One, two, three, four, and just sticking with the plan, sticking with the rules, right? And then having these 2 wins, right? Not to say like I did not take this. I'm not taking these 2 wins. I'm saying like I told you guys, this strategy works. It's none of that. Like I'm not on that level because I'm just showing you like this is how a model works, right? You saw me go over the and forward testing of my strategy and everything. I showed you the progression of each trade. I showed you each trade I took at each day, and you can see me doing the same thing here again, where I'm taking one trade a day, one trade a day, one trade a day, one trade a day. Like I said, the only day where I made a mistake was on this day where I took two trades. Right, I took one early entry, and that was a mistake, and I had to close out that position. That position even actually was like a win. Right, you can see that position was like a win here. Right, this trade right here where we made $14. Right, and you can see 7 seconds. I had to close out of that trade immediately, and then the next trade I went into actually ended up in like an $80 loss. Right, so this was due to miscalculation as well. Right, I miscalculated on this trade as well. So on this day, right, the day where I traded here, my I was not paying close attention, and I made errors on this day. Right, luckily for me, the errors didn't hurt the account too badly. Right, the account wasn't like severely damaged because of those errors, but this was the only day where I made errors. Right, you can see on this day also I didn't risk up to 0.5%. Right, so this day was also an error. Right, so that's just it. So you can see like there are little human errors. Right, as a human being you get to make little errors, and that's just it. And you can see what this is like a consistency score. It says this value calculates the consistency of your trading based on the result of each trading day. A high value indicates more consistent trading. And look at I'm at 80%. 80%. Despite the fact that I'm in drawdown, look at it here. This value calculates the consistency of your trading based on the result of each trading day. A high value indicates more consistent trading. So what does that tell me? What does that say? What does that say about my trading strategy? What does that say about my approach? If you want to be consistently profitable, you need to have a consistent approach. That's the first thing. Forget about your strategy being profitable or not. You can't even tell if your strategy is profitable if you don't apply it, right? And this is where patience comes in. It's like I know we all want to make that money. I know we all want to make that money right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been there. I've been like it's even more difficult for me now because like I've been trading for years, right? And I've traded live accounts. I've traded people's money. I've traded a lot. Like the hunger to make money was there in the beginning, and it's still there. But like at this point, with all the mistakes I've made, I cannot keep. I can't afford to keep making those mistakes. Do you guys understand me? I can't afford to keep making those mistakes. I have to change. I have to change my approach. Like I have to do it the right way. And I'm saying this like I don't even know if I have to beg. Like I'm telling you, like just slow the fuck down, and just try to be consistent. Just try to be consistent in your approach in market. Forget about the profits. Forget about those profits. Like having good habits in trading. Once you have that strategy, once you eventually get that strategy and you implement it, you're going to be profitable, and just lower your expectations. Like my expectation for this strategy was 2%, not even 2%, 2R to 4R, right? That was my expectations, 2R to 4R. When I did the forward testing, I came out with like 13R, and that was I said that exceeded my expectations by a lot. I did a couple of back testing I did a lot of back testing, right? And the last 3 months of data I collected, I did 1%, not even 1%, 1R, right? I did 1R, I did 4R, and I did 4R again. Now, that was a more realistic expectation of this strategy, right? But the previous 3 months, I did 13R, I did 10R, I did 10R. So you could have months where it just exceeds your expectation, maybe because like the market conditions are so good, it's so volatile, and then you could just have months where you are getting realistic um profits from the market. There are months where you get realistic payouts from the market, and you think that those months are bad months, right? You want to believe those months are bad months because like I got 4R, I got 4R, I got 1R. Like, do you know that there are people that lost their accounts in that same month? Like people actually lose their accounts. A lot of traders don't want to take into consideration that even surviving is a good thing, right? Even your account just Imagine funding an account January 1st, and that account survives all the way to December 31st of that same trading year. You've done a great job. Like, but what everybody wants is to maybe double that. You know, if in your first year of trading you can maintain an account from the 1st of January to the 31st of that year, that shows a lot of discipline. And I guarantee you, if you have that kind of discipline in trading, eventually when you come across that strategy and you apply your discipline to that strategy, you will make a lot of money, because now the strategy just complements the discipline. You can survive in this industry with good discipline, good money management. You will not end up being like one of the most talked about traders or the traders with the highest payout, but I guarantee you, you will make some money. You will make some money, some good enough money. Forget about the lifestyle for now. Forget about all of those things. But like, just stay disciplined. Like, that's the best way. Like, I'm very grateful for this consistency score, because like, this just shows that okay, my approach is very consistent. I show up every day at the same time, trade during the same window, trade the same thing, risk the same amount. Like, that's just how it's meant to be. It's meant to be boring, no fast pace. I'm not trying to get to $500. Like, at this point, it's either we end up at break even or we end up in drawdown of 3 hour, and that's normal. That's fine. I accept that. I accept that. So I'm just going to end this video here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the last day. So tomorrow we'll see the final results of everything, and then you know we'll know what to do from there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, guys.